Hello everyone, welcome back to another car video. I hope you're all having an awesome day, and if you aren't, I hope it becomes awesome for you. In this video, we'll be talking about the joint venture known as Bugatti Rimac, which was announced on July 5th, 2021. If you don't know what the Bugatti Rimac joint venture is about, let me give you some details. To understand this fully though, we must talk about the two different companies separately first. Let's start with Bugatti. Bugatti is a high-performance automotive manufacturing company, which was founded in 1909 by Ettore Bugatti in Molsheim, France. Bugatti is a world-famous car company that the Volkswagen Group bought back in 1998. The Volkswagen Group, by the way, is a German multinational automotive manufacturer which owns other big car companies such as Audi, Lamborghini, Bentley, Skoda, Ducati, and of course Porsche. More on them later. Bugatti is most famous for having built hypercars that are mainly about top speed. Bugatti was the first car company to build a car that can reach 250 miles per hour, or 402 kilometers per hour, thanks to the Bugatti Veyron, which was launched in 2005. Later down, on June 1st, 2018, the Bugatti Chiron Supersport was unveiled, which can reach 300 miles per hour, 482 kilometers per hour. However, the issue with Bugatti was emission regulations. The emission regulation, by the way, goes back to the Volkswagen Group and Volkswagen emissions scandal, also known as Dieselgate or Emissionsgate. This began in September 2015, when the United States Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, issued a notice of violation of the Clean Air Act to Volkswagen. The EPA found that Volkswagen purposefully programmed turbocharged direct injection (TDI) diesel engines to activate their emission controls only during laboratory emissions testing, which caused the vehicle's harmful gas output to meet US standards during regulatory testing. Because of this, it costed Volkswagen almost 30 billion US dollars. Thankfully though, ever since that incident, the Volkswagen Group has been trying to clear up its image by launching as many electric cars as possible. Volkswagen launched the ID3 hatchback and ID4 SUV. Audi launched the e-tron, RS e-tron GT, Q4 e-tron, and they're in talks of launching the new Audi A6 Avant e-tron as well. Skoda launched the Enyaq iV SUV, and Porsche launched the Taycan and the Taycan Cross Turismo. They're also looking to launching an electric Macan as well. Lamborghini hasn't released an electric car yet, although they have released the Scion, which is a hybrid, and they're thinking of releasing an electric car at around 2030, so at least they're trying. The only company in the Volkswagen Group that has not made an electric car is Bugatti. Due to this, the Volkswagen Group was thinking of selling Bugatti back in 2020. However, you guys want to take a wild guess about who they were going to sell Bugatti to? They were going to sell it to Rimac. Speaking of which, let's talk about Rimac. Rimac is a Croatian car manufacturer founded in 2009 by Mate Rimac in Sveta Nedelja, Croatia. Mate Rimac started this company by first converting his BMW E30 into a record-breaking 600 horsepower electric car and combining his passion in electronics and cars. Mate Rimac started this company by building and launching his first ever electric hypercar, known as the Rimac Concept 1, which consisted of 4 electric motors producing 1,224 horsepower with a 0 to 100 km per hour time of 2.5 seconds. However, the issue with this car was the range and the price. This hypercar only had a range of 210 miles, 330 kilometers, and the starting price of this hypercar was going to be more than $950,000. Although there was one company that saw a whole lot of potential in Rimac, which was, of course, Porsche. Porsche, by the way, one of the most respected sports car companies, was the first car brand to discover Rimac, and they bought 10% of Rimac's shares in 2018. This helped Rimac become a supplier for many other car companies. So far, Rimac has supplied electric car parts to companies such as Koenigsegg, Aston Martin, Pininfarina, Porsche, of course, and they also helped Jaguar in building electric cars, and they have also partnered with Hyundai Kia in developing an electric sports car with roughly 800 horsepower. This also allowed Rimac to build and unveil the new world record-breaking hypercar on June 1st, 2021, known as the Rimac Nevera. And everyone, and I mean everyone, was blown away by how powerful, unexpected, forceful, and a force of nature it really is, like the Mediterranean storm that it gets its name from. Now, in 2022, Porsche bought a total of 24% of Rimac's shares. However, Rimac itself is not necessarily a car manufacturing company. It is actually a technology and electronics manufacturing company, and Mate Rimac stated this himself during the reveal of the Rimac C2. Rimac's main focus is not necessarily to build hypercars. Their main focus is on making parts for electric cars, such as batteries, electric motors, charging systems, and electric control systems for other companies, as stated earlier. Now let's get on to the Bugatti Rimac joint venture. Remember what I said before about Volkswagen thinking of selling Bugatti in 2020 to Rimac? Well, that's exactly what happened on July 5th, 2021. The Volkswagen Group relinquished control over Bugatti and gave it to Rimac and Porsche, creating the new combined company known as Bugatti Rimac. The Rimac Group is 37% owned by Mate Rimac himself, 24% by Porsche, 12% by Hyundai Motor Group, and 27% for other investors. The new Rimac Group is stated as being the umbrella company for both Bugatti Rimac and Rimac Technology. For Bugatti Rimac, Rimac Group owns 55% and Porsche owns 45%. Rimac Technology is 100% owned by the Rimac Group. Mate Rimac himself addressed that Bugatti was becoming more of a distraction towards the Volkswagen Group, so it seemed that Rimac was the perfect company to take control of Bugatti. Now, what are Mate Rimac's future plans for this joint venture? Is he going to fully convert Bugatti into an electric car company and start building electric Bugattis? Well, that doesn't really sound right though. What is his plan for the future of the company? Well, many people have interviewed Mate Rimac, and he has stated that they will not be converting Bugatti into an electric car company yet, however. Mate Rimac said that production will continue at Bugatti's factory in Molsheim, France, instead of moving it to Zagreb, Croatia. Mate Rimac even stated that their first car will be a hybrid, and that the company will not go fully electric until at least around 2030. And honestly, I have high hopes for Mate in the future of electronics, technology, and cars. Now, what are my thoughts on this new Bugatti Rimac joint venture? Well, I think it's one of the best companies ever created. Bugatti is known to be about top speed. The first car to reach a speed of 250 miles per hour, 402 kilometers per hour, was the Bugatti Veyron. The first car to reach 300 miles per hour, 482 kilometers per hour, was the Bugatti Chiron. Rimac, on the other hand, has been all about acceleration. Their first car, the Rimac Concept 1, could accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.5 seconds. Then, the Rimac C2 and Navetta were capable of going from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1.85 seconds. If you combine the top speed capability of Bugatti and acceleration figures of Rimac, what do you get? That's right, a new concept car built by Bugatti and Rimac together. A future hypercar that combines the top speed numbers of Bugatti and acceleration numbers from Rimac. However, these are not just my only thoughts on Bugatti Rimac. Bugatti partnering with Rimac will also help Bugatti in the long run in helping Volkswagen clear up its image in the emission regulators sector. But this could also mean that Rimac may supply electric car parts to other companies in the Volkswagen Group, such as Audi and Bentley. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, check out my other videos too, and I will see you in the next one. See ya!